Hey guys, welcome back to another amazing episode of Bitches Who Brunch. I am your head bitch in charge, as always, Miss Bonnie Lynn, and I have my beautiful, my talented, my gorgeous co-host with me, Miss Marlene.
Hey everyone.
Hey girl, hey. I'm all, how are
Hey.
you doing? Like we just weren't on for like 30 minutes before.
Right.
Anyway, how are you doing? What's going on? All that good stuff.
Oh man. Just kind of going easy lately. Not too much going on. Not a whole lot of extra stuff. I've been a good girl lately.
Since last week, for the whole
Since
week.
last week, I've been on my best behavior.
She's like, these past 2 days have been amazing.
Yeah.
I have been an angel, a whole angel for 2 days. Um, so,
Super
yeah,
facts. I even have a watch. My watch says Angel on it.
bitch, you wearing a watch? That's awesome.
It's a
You're like,
gift.
you're like living in 2010, girl.
I know, right? It's so cute.
It's not even an iWatch.
Mm-mm.
It'll
I
track your
had one of those.
steps.
I broke. I had one of those. I broke it.
Do I have one? I don't even charge it. It's like sitting
I
somewhere.
think that I think that that's the whole like thing with the iWatches. Like no one charges them.
No, I don't. And I bought an extra charger to plug in
Yeah.
like right here and ask me if it's plugged in. It's not plugged in. I don't even know where the extra charger is. I don't know where the iWatch
Or
is. Girl,
right.
bye. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to today's topics for the episode today. This is our narcissist episode. Now, we had been talking about doing a narcissist episode for a really long time, so we're finally going to get into it. So, our topics for today is what is a narcissist and how to identify one, because a lot of people don't really know what a narcissist is.
True.
You,
Next topic is going to be what is gaslighting and are we guilty of doing it too?
Amal, not me. I don't do that. Okay, and how to cut off your narcissist and survive. Like that's the big one. You know what I mean? Cutting off a narcissist is one thing, but learning to heal after it, like that's a thing. It's like it's a whole journey. So we're gonna get into all that. Y'all know me though. Let's jump right in. Marlene,
Yes,
how
ma'am.
heavy how heavy are your titties? How much they weigh?
Girl, they're a ton and a half. This back is killing me. And not just the titties, the ass too. I'm like, girl, like, how do you hold up these ass and titties? My back is dying lately. That's why I've been
I'm
taking it easy.
I'm
Girls in pain.
with bras from Torrid, girl.
Really though, those are the only bras that fit me. Everyone's like, go to Victoria's Secret. Girl, they don't fit me. Like Victoria's Secret, they don't fit me.
Mm-mm. Like, and
Must be
no,
nice.
I,
These titties. Like my titty is as big as someone's head. Someone's head.
girl, y'all, someone's son's
One.
fucking head, my whole titty just fit like
No problem.
cap. Not them wearing your
No.
bra like a shower cap and shit. All right. So let's get into what a narcissist is. Now, I know you did like a little bit of research before the podcast, but before you did the research, in your mind, what was a narcissist to you?
A narcissist, oh gosh. Someone who is very like self-centered, self-absorbed. This is like just like not even like thinking about a definition, just from experience. Self-centered,
Mm-hmm.
self-absorbed. Um, Someone who has not a good grasp on like empathy of others and their
Yeah.
feelings. Someone that contradicts themselves and will make situations correct for themselves but wrong for others. Someone who does not take responsibility for their actions, and someone who even will may lie and manipulate you into thinking that they may change, but don't change, and just someone who really lacks a lot of self-love.
Yeah. So in essence, you pretty much got down some of the characteristics and trademarks of a narcissism. But did you know that narcissism is an actual mental disorder? It is something that is actually like you can get diagnosed with it. It's called NPD. It's narcissistic personality disorder, and it's the like the CDC, whatever they, Amal, what freaking website is this? Amal, because you guys, you know, we like to come with facts. So they have it as being overly boastful, exaggerating their achievements all the time, pretending to be superior to everybody else. And it might not even be pretending, like they actually believe that they're
Believe
superior
it.
to everyone else. Yeah. A lack of empathy for others, looking down on others as being inferior, monopolizing conversations. Like they always have to have like that word. They always got to have it in, you know? They're impatient, they're angry, unhappy, depressed, mood swings, like all that put together, easily disappointed. And they love to point
Mm,
out how you disappoint them.
mm,
Um, they like always want the best of everything, like the best of everything. And they just have a very fragile self esteem. They put forward this persona that they are so like their self-esteem is up there and they're this and they're that, but really they're not. So basically it's like the biggest narcissist that I think is on social media. It's Andrew Tate. So basically they suffer from Andrew Tateism. That's what I call it. That's Andrew Tate. All them fucking
oh,
wannabe Andrew Tates out there, all the motherfuckers are narcissists. And it's not just the men. Women, we do it too. It goes both ways.
go
But
both ways.
but it doesn't go both ways, like as much as for women as it does for men, and that is something that has been scientifically proven. So there's a lot of
Yeah.
men out there where we start talking about it, they're so quick to say, yeah, but it goes both ways, you know, women do it too, and women probably do it worse, and this and that. And it's like, no, it's been statistically proven, and I'm going to go over those statistics here in a minute, that men are make up the majority of the narcissists that get diagnosed with it. And there's so many out there that are undiagnosed. You know, the study that was ran that I'm going to read you guys the results from. There was 34,000 people that participated in that study. That's only 34,000 people out of the entire population. So it's just a fraction of it. But
Right.
yeah, so that is what a narcissist is. So
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, it's like, is that a narcissist or is that just an asshole?
No, it's different. I really think it has to do. I think an asshole ends up feeling bad for like what they do or say,
Mm-hmm.
or you know what I mean? They feel bad for their actions. Like I could be an asshole. You know what I mean? But like I feel genuinely bad afterwards. I think a narcissist has no feelings or care in the world for how they make others feel.
Yep,
And I
and
think
that
that it could be man or woman. I really do believe, like, you know what I mean? But yeah.
so out of everyone that's been diagnosed with MPD, the narcissism personality disorder, 7.7% of that, 7.7% are men.
Mhm.
So men develop the narcissism compared to 4.8% of women. So it's
Mm.
7.7% to 4.8%. So, and did you know that narcissism is genetic? It's genetic. So
Uh,
if you have narcissistic parents, or you come from a narcissistic household or anything like that, you are you know, you're gonna get it. You might like you have to
I get
have
it.
like your lifestyle changes and stuff like that because
Mm.
you know it's genetic, and it's more genetic like on the men's side than it is on the female side. So with
That's
females,
very interesting.
narcissism, it's because it goes hand in hand with depression, and females are more emotionally driven and stuff like that. That's
Mm.
why the depression rate is higher in women than it is in men. So with the depression, it's a major depressive disorder, then the narcissism disorder comes with it, and anxiety disorders. So
Mm.
all three of those go hand in hand sometimes. Now, in men, they have higher rates of substance abuse, um, physical abuse, emotional abuse, antisocial personality disorders, and stuff that
Mm.
go along with that. So it's an actual like medical diagnosis. Like it's not just something that a lot of men are like, women made that shit up.
I
No.
feel like it did kind of come up recently, though. I feel like this is something that is like more recently kind of talked about. I've never heard about it other than maybe the last, what, 7 years, 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
never
it's
heard about narcissism.
no. And then gaslighting comes hand in hand with narcissism, and that's
Mm.
somewhat of a newer term that's come up over the last like 7 to 8 years, you know, and
Right.
stuff. And people like sometimes they use those words they don't really understand, but we'll get into gaslighting later. So
Yeah.
82% of narcissists think that they are unique or special. 80% have a sense of entitlement. 78% show a lack of empathy. So these traits are like, they're high up there. You know what I mean? Shitty,
Yeah.
shitty traits, they're high up there. Um, Now, what they did like an ethnicity range on it too to see like which ethnicities are higher. And the African
Oh.
American, this is crazy. The African American ethnicity is makes up 12.5%, and the Hispanics make up 7.5, Native Americans 7.1,
Mm.
Asian and Pacific people 5.4, and Caucasians 5.0. So, and you know what's crazy is I've ran into more Hispanic narcissists than I have, you know, probably any other ethnicity. And a lot of that, like, they're like, oh, he just has, what's it called? They have a word, oh, machismo, that he's real machismo.
Machismo.
Yeah. And it's like, uh, so like growing up, you're like, oh, like your uncle's machismo, like your, no,
Yeah.
motherfucker, he was toxic and he was probably a narcissist.
Yeah.
Don't give me that shit. So those are some crazy statistics. Like I
Very.
I I like talked about it. I've been in a narcissistic relationship and all that,
Hmm.
but I never thought about like the actual science behind it and stuff. And there's like no like cure for it or anything like that, but there are treatments and like, lifestyle changes and counseling and stuff like that, but that person's got to want to do it, and more often than
Right.
not they don't want to do it.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone has to want to make that change. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, that's the only like thing that's gonna truly change anybody. But I feel like I have also been in a relationship with a narcissist or narcissists. But I almost feel like everyone does have some kind of tendencies or times where they can be narcissistic. I
Mhm.
want to say it's more like there should be more of like a scale, like a range. You know what I mean? From like extreme to, you know what I mean, mild or whatever
Yeah.
the case is. But I feel like there's not like just you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
streamlined thing for this. So I think we all kind of suffer, and I think it has a lot to do with like just trauma. You know what I mean? I didn't even know it was a mental disorder. That was new to me. Like that
Mm-hmm.
is really new to me. So that's good information to know.
Yeah.
Gaslighting, I feel like is, well, we'll get into gaslighting in a
Yeah.
second.
So we're going to go over 12 different ways to know if you are in a relationship with a narcissist. So the
Oh
first
wow.
one, yeah, the first one is excessive and obsessive bragging, um, of being like grand, like just it's just like that's like the first signal is it's constantly like every single topic you bring up, they got to one up it. They got to be better at it than you and everyone else in the room. It's like that person that's like, they know everything. They're a doctor, they're a
Yeah.
lawyer, they're everything. They're a gardener. They know military stuff. They know everything. I'm not going to mention any names like that, but baby daddy, I did deal with someone like that. Or they like to say, "Oh, well, my friend's a lawyer here, so I know all of this." And I'm like, "Okay, motherfucker, show me the law degree." Like, shut the
Right.
fuck up. So that's like the first like, major like that they suffer from MPD. Now,
Mm.
number 2 is self-centeredness. A true narcissist has disregard for anyone else's thoughts, feelings, possessions, time, physical space, like none of that. They'll use you without a hint of consideration or sensitivity, and caring for others is only done if they are going to get something out of it.
Mm.
All sound like anyone you know? Like some
Uh,
of these, we're gonna tick them
Everyone.
off, and not not all of our viewers looking at their
I'm
partners
all.
like, hold up.
I've dated a narcissist in probably every race.
Yeah. So okay. Quick shout out to the homies in the chat. Hey Brandon. Um, so number 3 is what we already talked about earlier. Oh, hey Brittany, trigger warning. Yes, guys, trigger warning. diving deep today. I'm also make sure you got your alcohol. Not me going through all my Topo Chicos. Hey, there's a moment right now. What are you
They really
drinking?
are. Me?
Yeah.
My ooh, Yes Way Rosé.
Yes, way.
I don't know if like all of them like pop, but when I opened it, it like just poured out. It was crazy fun.
It was excited. It was like we're
It
talking about
was.
relationship trauma, bitch. You need this.
Yeah.
So number three is they dominate a conversation, which is just what we went over. So
Mm,
listen to the way they speak. They speak to themselves. Literally, the conversation is about them, and they get excited at their own envy worthy activities. Like they're just like,
mm,
it's just so much better than everybody. Look at me, look at me. Um, and they have skin deep charm. By that, they appear to be like very alluring, attractive, especially like in the early stages of the relationship. They definitely
mm.
catfish you romantically and emotionally in the early stages of the relationship. They love bomb you. Love bombing
Love
is a
bombing. Oh my
huge
gosh.
thing.
That
Yes.
is a big thing. Yeah. That's
Love
scary to
bombing.
be in a cycle of love bombing.
Oh, absolutely. Brandon said, with this topic, we're going to need shots of tequila. Absolutely. Bring them.
See you at 9.
See you at 9. Um, so they seduce you through like, the flirting, the gifts, the dinners, and
Gifts. Oh
all
my
that.
gosh. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. It's just that's the love bombing. But make no mistake, it's all part of persuading you, so that way they give you what you want in that moment, and then the second you're theirs, it like they take it away.
Yeah.
Done. um Now they also have really bad constant attention seeking energy. They any kind of means that's going to draw the attention to them. It could be your moment, your time to shine,
Mm,
your
mm,
achievement, and they are going to make that all about them. You can be
mm.
in your feelings vulnerable. You can be talking about something that hurt you, and they're going to make it about them. You could be talking about being tired, overworked, whatever, and they're going to make it about them. Everything is going to be about them. The conversation, everything. So, number 5 is unreliability. Now, they don't give a second thought when it comes to breaking promises or appointments. You make plans, but you never really know if they're actually going to show up. And when you're already living with a narcissist, you'll find that your schedule and your routine do not matter. You will always
Mm.
come second to their job, their work, their like events, like whatever it is. Your stuff does not matter. Like that's yeah. I'm all like mm.
I'm on me. I'm just joking.
You're all, this sounds a lot like, oh, I might be a narcissist. No
Self
wonder,
awareness is the first step, everyone.
no wonder you're so quiet.
No, no shit. I'm like intently listening, like, fuck, I can't say nothing.
You're all, if this bitch don't stop describing my traits. Okay. Number 7 is instant gratification. So this is a common trait in every narcissist. They expect to receive whatever they want when they want it, like the second that they want it. If they want to go, you got to go. Everyone's got to get up and go. That they're with.
Mhm.
If they all of a sudden want Whataburger, bitch, get in the car. We're going to Whataburger. So, um, that's what it is. There is no let me think. The immediate action is aggressive, and if they don't get it, they throw childlike temper tantrums. They're
Mm.
just yeah. It's crazy, and they become angry and depressed really fast if you don't give them what they want. So Brandon, side eye. He's side eyeing you. Mm.
Me. I'm all, oh shit. I'm all,
You're all, shut
next,
up, Brandon. I'm learning. Shut up.
next topic. You're gonna make me go reevaluate. I'm gonna go contemplate my whole life after this episode.
Not Marlene's next Google search, psychologist in my area.
Super facts. I was just like, wow, I need therapy.
And that's okay. Honestly, guys, if you're listening to this and you're like, if you're listening to this and you're like, fuck, that kind of describes me in a way. Hey, good. Like maybe that's what you needed to to get on like a good path or whatever. Um
Or
so moving
whatever.
I'm all
Yeah, you're
whatever.
fucked. Bonnie, the undertone is you're fucked.
I'm all moving on.
Yeah.
Um, now they require a
Sucks to suck.
they require a constant line of communication. A narcissist expects you to answer their text or calls immediately. If you don't, they will call you multiple times and reach out through other means of trying to get a hold of you. Their goal is to
Super facts.
yes. So this is a conditioning thing where they're conditioning you to answer their phone calls, to always constantly be there, all that like, but they will not give you the same courtesy. They ain't gonna answer those
That,
calls, girl. They ain't,
right.
them texts. It ain't gonna be right away. Um, Mr. Rick said, "It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me." Marissa said, "Big facts, my ex." Not everybody in here calling out their exes.
Or themselves. It's like that Scooby-Doo episode where like they unmask the monster and it's them. It's like it's themselves.
It's them. Oh,
It's them.
I feel Taylor Swift so hard right now.
Golly.
All
I didn't
right,
realize I was
so
so fucked up.
you're all right, bitch. 1 through 8. Let's keep these good vibes going.
Damn. I was like, don't date
All right.
me.
So number 9 is a high sense of entitlement. Now they expect preferential treatment from everyone else. They need it in order to feel special. A narcissist will want you to foresee any needs that they are going to have and just tend to them on your own. You need to know exactly how they're feeling and how to make them feel better all the time. Also, pay attention to how they treat the people that wait on them: servers, waitresses, bartenders, anyone in the customer service, arena, because they are really ugly to those people. So
Not me.
that's another
I'm nice to those
that's
people.
that's another red flag when they are ugly to service workers. Um,
That's
and
so horrible.
Number 10 is gaslighting. Now I'm gonna tell Mr. Ricks said, Google's, "Am I a narcissist?"
Yeah.
I, I hope they have a quiz.
Is there a test we can take? Exactly.
Take the quiz. Number 10 is sudden emotional detachment. Now, narcissists, they have a distinctive strategy. They start off as the perfect partner while they're dating, like we said, love bombing, all that good stuff. They flatter you, build you up, they make you feel validated and special, and then they become cold and distant towards you. They tear down your self-confidence,
Oh gosh,
and
yes.
they have just an unhealthy cycle of manipulation. So they basically chop you down. They alienate you from your family, from your friends. They want to make sure that your world revolves around them and whoever they see fit to be in your world, to be a part of that world. And more often than not, it's only the family members that he's closest to or she's closest to that they are going to let you be around. They are not going to want you to be around anybody that's going to put in your head that they're a narcissist and that they're doing things, they're manipulating you in that kind of way. That is one of the biggest red flags of a narcissist. So, and that unfortunately happens, and an outsider like looking into a relationship like that, it's hard because there's nothing you can do. Now you can be there for that person, but that person ultimately has to try to get away from that narcissist on their own. But we'll touch on that later. The last one is gaslighting. It's a pathological narcissist manipulates you into no longer trusting yourself or your own point of view or your reality. We're going to touch on gaslighting here in a second. I just want to take a second to say hi to Miss Priscilla. Hey, beautiful.
Hey.
Good to see you. So those are ways to identify one. Now that you've heard them all.
I'm on myself.
I'm sorry, guys out there that I dated. My bad. It was me.
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not sorry. I'm all not sorry.
Yeah, I don't give a
They
fuck.
knew what it was. They knew what it was.
All right. So now, when you hear the term gas,
Ever.
I'm all trying to. Woo, let's keep going.
No kidding.
Now, what do you think the percentages of men versus women that are gaslighters? Like, do you think women or men gaslight more?
Men, I think gaslight more like what? Like 70-30.
Okay, so 1/3 of the entire male diagnosed population, it's like 1/3 of men and only 24% of women. So it's
Okay.
definitely men that make the most gaslighters. Like our producer says, like, no, it's not. It's not lies.
Yeah.
Brandon said, "God damn, straight up cutthroat. I regret nothing. No regrets."
No regrets.
I said that one. Okay, so yes, a male has psychological and emotional power over a female, hence is why they are more likely to be the gaslighters.
It's
I'm
that dick power. Sometimes it's that dick power they have over you.
not the producer trying to call us liars. Brandon said Marlene's a savage, and we know this. And we know
Man.
this.
Yeah.
Man. So, yeah, it's definitely men that gaslight the most. And you can be gaslit by anyone. You don't have to be like in an actual relationship with this person. Even your family members, employers,
my 16-year-old gaslights me.
Kids, your kids can gaslight you. Fuck those fuckers.
Right.
They're just some assholes.
I brought you in. I will take you out.
Oh, not Ruiz the Beast talking about it's definitely the dick power.
D power. Sometimes that dick will have you doing some stupid shit.
This is facts. This is for facts. Like,
and you know it. Like, you know you're getting gaslit. You know you're with a narcissist, and whoo, that D trumps it all.
They can gaslight me, red light me, blue light me, whatever the fuck, any kind of light. Baby, bring it on.
Turn me over, 360 me, please. Every which way for you, Zaddy.
I want all the lights. All the lights.
Red flag.
That dick power is crazy. But I will tell you, like, yeah, devil dick is great and all, but I would literally pick a healthy relationship over devil dick any day.
Oh, me too. Of course, me too.
I would. I mean, I say that now. Let me drink and see. Bitch, give me some rumple and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, for real.
You're gonna be like, later on, you're gonna be like, bitch, remember when you said this? I'm gonna be like, nah, you stupid.
Nah, that wasn't me. that
wasn't me. So, all right, let's get into gaslighting. So, gaslighting, for people that do not know the actual term for gaslighting, it's an insidious form of manipulation and psychological control. They're deliberately and systematically fed false information about themselves that leads them to question what might be true. Now, the person that's gaslighting you would like to make you believe that you're remembering things wrong. So they're going to make you doubt your memory, your perception of events or what's going on, and even your own sanity. You will be driven insane by being gaslit. Now, over time, it grows, the gaslighting grows into a complex and potent, like, just disorder on the victim, you know? And it's hard.
Just like your natural reflex.
Yes. And it's hard for them to see the truth. The truth can literally be slapping them in the face. And it's going to take something just earth shattering to them to snap them out of it, especially if they're being gaslit for years and years and years. You know, it's really hard.
It's a lot. Yeah. It's a big, like, combination of, like, someone destroying somebody else's, like, self-worth, self-love, and then just isolating them.
And
manipulating them.
Yeah. And the love bombing is literally how they start
That's
to get on that process with it.
that's real. That is
Mhm.
real.
So Miss Priscilla said they literally believe the narrative that they have created. And that is true. That is
Mm-hmm.
absolutely true. They start to believe their own lies. Like that to them it's facts and it's memory, and that's exactly
Mm-hmm.
how it went. So it's just like, yeah. So I think it's really interesting, about the love bombing, because like it's really hard to tell, because there are instances whenever you click with someone and someone just is
Mm-hmm.
nice and they are affectionate with you in the beginning, and they want to just be there and provide, like, not just things for you but emotional safety and all that stuff, but you are so traumatized from past narcissists and the love bombing that you can't see the difference between healthy love and toxic love. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Our
Uh-huh.
entire
And
society is like that right now.
I think it's because also though it's like maybe sometimes you do see that it's a healthy love, but you're so traumatized that your body is responding still to the toxic love with your healthy person. And that's if you don't have a strong, healthy person willing to work with you, you're going to be alone.
Yeah.
You're
So
going to be alone.
it starts, with the love bombing, and then it turns into the gaslighter will initially start lying about little things,
Mm-hmm.
and then it
Mm-hmm.
turns into the bigger things. And
Mm-hmm.
they start accusing the victims of lying,
Mm-hmm.
or telling them, "Oh, you don't remember it, right? This is how it happened." Like, famous words of a gaslighter are you crazy? Why are you acting
Mm-hmm.
crazy? That is like famous words. And Miss Priscilla said, I agree with 100% with Marlene. Miss Marissa said that toxicity takes a long time to get out of your system and realize
Mm-hmm.
you're out of it. And yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, it absolutely does. And it carries on sometimes with you to your next relationships. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes that can be a factor as to why that relationship might not work out, because it's really hard to explain that to your next relationship and let them know, look, I'm not trying
Mm-hmm.
to take this out on you, but I've been hurt. I've been through it. And it's going to take me a minute to trust you. So, guys, girls, if you get into a relationship with someone that came out of one from a narcissist, or was in that situation where they were gaslit, have a little bit of care with them, a little bit of understanding, and
Mm-hmm.
just be really patient with them, you know?
Yeah, I think it starts too as an individual. If you've definitely been with someone that's kind of done these things to you, and you may feel traumatized, it really a dark place to be. But it starts with self-love, and you need to love yourself the absolute most in order to get out of that dark place.
Hmm.
You need to love yourself.
Now, do you think it's possible to gaslight somebody unintentionally?
If they're genuinely like so unaware that they're just you know what I mean? Like potentially they're traumatized,
Yes, that right there is it. Yes, it is
then yes.
possible for someone to, you know, gaslight somebody unintentionally because they witnessed it frequently as a child. They were traumatized by having parents in that vicious cycle. So, guys, you guys need to realize that those of you that have kids, if you are in a narcissistic relationship where you are being gaslit and stuff like that, your kids are watching. These are traumas that they are going to go through in life also. So if you are getting counseling for any type of, like, because of a narcissist or anything like that, your kids might need it too. They might need that because they can grow up and unintentionally do it because the behavior was acceptable to them in their eyes when they were growing up. Uh, just saying, how's it going to Rama? Hey, Rama. Um, so that's how that goes. Now, have you ever heard of medical gaslighting?
Never in my life.
It happens. Your own doctor can gaslight you. Isn't that crazy?
What?
Yes. Okay, wait. Miss Marissa said you definitely do it without realizing it. You carry it over because it feels normal.
Yes. I
Hmm.
think sometimes I may even catch myself doing this and I have to like take a step back and then just be like, hey, you are potentially doing this. Like, you need
Yeah.
to be aware.
Oh yeah, 100%. But yes, medical gaslighting is a thing, and it's where your medical provider ignores and downplays an individual's legitimate medical concerns. Like, it's a colloquial, they use the term gaslighting, they refer to situations, but it's like that's like when they literally think that you're like a hypochondriac or something like that, where it's like, hey, there's something wrong with me. Like, I know my
Yeah.
body, there's something wrong with me. And that medical, the practitioner, whatever, is like, it's all in your head. It's anxiety. It's this, it's that, you know?
Yeah.
So that's just a crazy way that, and I have been medically gaslit before. So
Wow.
yeah, no, it was horrible. I was put on medication for something that I did not have, but they were saying I had because it was actually the thing that I thought it was, and then I ended up in a double emergency surgery because of it.
I
So
think you told
it
me about that.
yeah, it happens, and it was scary. It was super scary to go through it. But now that's why sometimes when I don't feel good or I'm sick or whatever, I wait. Like, I am still traumatized from that.
Yes.
I wait to go to the doctor. I am, because then I'm like, well, maybe it is in my fucking head. I don't want to get there, and then I feel stupid and this and that. But that's because that trauma is still with me, and it's dumb because I will wait, and whatever I'm suffering from will get worse because I waited, and I shouldn't have
I'm
waited.
so sorry. That sucks. I am
Yeah.
like very like I love the medical, profession and everything, and I appreciate them and respect that profession completely. But sometimes people just can't take doctors' words as Bible. Like, it's not Bible. Like, you have to get second, third opinions, guys. Like, research, do things.
Oh yeah,
That's a whole
absolutely.
other topic I can get into. But yeah, I'm sorry you went through that. That's horrible.
Yeah, it sucked. It definitely sucked. So, are are you guilty of gaslighting? You said that you think you do it intentionally. I know I have done it
I think I do it
before.
unintentionally.
Yeah.
I think I do it unintentionally. I think, like, again, maybe like suppressed traumas, or just even like some sort of who knows, like just dealing with, past relationships and how that kind of played out. I definitely can catch myself with more mature, emotionally mature people. I'll catch myself like, oh, hey, you know what I mean? Like, take a
Hmm.
step back, like, just, calm down, like, from the situation. And maybe your way of thinking isn't all correct. Maybe you need to kind of look at things from a different perspective too, or just, you know,
Yeah. And I think
drop it.
the most important thing is you're doing it unintentionally, like, just own up to it. I'm good about that now, where I can see,
Yeah.
like, okay, no, this is me. Like, this is me, and like, I'm sorry. Like, I have no problem saying I'm sorry. Like, I joke
Yeah.
around and shit like that sometimes, but
Hmm.
I definitely have grown into, like, owning what I do and my actions and how they affect somebody and stuff like that, because a big part of gaslighting and stuff is liking to have that power. You know what I mean? Whether it's power over somebody or a situation or anything like that. And not to blame everything on zodiacs or anything, but I'm a Leo. I live in power. Like, that is my shit, bitch. Like,
You definitely a narcissist. I'm just joking.
I'm the fucking queen king of the jungle. So
Period.
sometimes I need a little, but I'm definitely good about owning it. So, you guys, like, whether you've been gaslit or you are a gaslighter, like, just own it and fix it. Like, do better, be better. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And it's,
yeah.
yeah,
Growth, 1% better every day. Like, literally grow.
grow the fuck up.
It's no, grow the fuck up. No, because, like, I can't stand people that are just like, this is how I am, and oh well, like, accept it. And it's like, well, okay, leaving your ass right there, because I'm not. I
Daryl,
won't
this is how
accept
I
it.
am. Accept it. And I'm like,
No,
okay, this stab
no,
in your
yeah,
neck, accept it.
yeah, bitch,
I'm
please,
fucking strangle you, accept it. You got bruises all
yeah.
on your all on your face, accept it.
Yeah, it's okay to be flawed. It's not okay to just be like, "Oh well, this is how I am, and I refuse to fix this, or I refuse to acknowledge it." Acknowledge your shit. Your shit stink, okay? You are not perfect. Everyone, there is a child's book, and it says everybody poops. Okay, so you ain't perfect, bitch.
That's a good one. That's a good one. You didn't tell my kids that because my kids are convinced that I absolutely do not poop. They literally, my kids have been dying for years to catch me in the bathroom. They'll come knock on the door. Are you pooping? And I'm like, I'll open the door. I'm like, no, dumbass, I'm brushing my teeth. The fuck? They're like, when do you poop? God, I'm like, y'all are
That's
weird.
hilarious. Y'all
Like
are
y'all are
weird.
weird.
Like
Why y'all be trying to catch me poop? What's wrong with y'all? Maybe I don't.
maybe you go at like 4 a.m. when everyone's dead ass asleep.
I don't even poop in my house. I'm like, I gotta go to the store.
Yeah, that you probably you're more comfortable shitting around strangers than your family, just to keep the mystery alive. I love it.
Yeah, like you will never catch me. Catch me if you
Your body,
can.
yeah, your body's probably programmed at this point.
Now it's just a game at this point. It's a game like hide and seek. So,
Yeah.
but so we're gonna go over 7 tips for healing from a narcissist, like surviving a narcissist. So let's see what we got here. I'm on 7 tips
I'm
for surviving Marlene.
I get hotter and hotter every time.
7 tips for surviving this woman right here.
Oh Lord, I have yet to meet someone that has survived Marlene.
Oh, that sounded like a challenge, you guys.
You
I'm all,
don't want this.
ooh,
You don't want this. I'm
who's
dangerous.
I'm all, who's got the stamina? Remember what
For
she said
real.
last week? Remember what she said last
Yeah.
week? Y'all got nothing in common. Don't do it. So, Brandon said something about drinking water, but I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about. Like, who does
Brandon,
that?
this is
Oh, I think
no.
he's talking about me because I don't drink water on a daily basis. I mean, I should.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I suck. I suck at remembering to drink water and eat.
Oh my God.
Dude, seriously, I do. Look at Brandon. All right, so now one, you've got to set boundaries. Okay, you got to come to terms with the fact that the relationship is unhealthy. And when you're ready to take the next steps, you have to learn how to heal from that abusive setting by setting boundaries and sticking to them. That's the hardest part.
I love the topics that we're about to go over, but can I just give my opinion on like the main thing I think
Oh,
people need to do?
absolutely. Absolutely.
I think that if you are with a narcissist and you need to like literally get away from them, you need to go absolutely 100% no contact. No
That's the
contact.
next one. That's the next one on this
Oh,
list is no
yeah.
contact.
No contact.
Start with no contact. That is the first thing. You're going to set that boundary by setting that no contact.
Yep.
So, and you got to be firm with that. That's like blocking.
Mhm.
Block everything. Every single thing. If they start calling like private, which they will call.
Well,
You're going to start seeing a lot of no caller IDs and stuff like
oh
that.
God.
No.
Oh
Hold
yeah.
on. Hold on. First of all,
That's
in the chat, Brandon's like, yes, you. All right. All right. Like,
the no caller IDs is so weird because it's like I know who it is. It's like, you know what I mean? Like it's the only person that calls no caller ID.
My favorite is when they called no caller ID and they just let it ring and then hang up.
Yes, it's like why? Why? And then like on the third no caller ID answer, they're finally like, hello.
Really? You get a hello? Because mine just
I
breathe.
love you. Mine just breathe. No, I get an I love you every now and again. It's like, bitch, I know.
Like, I love me too.
I love me too, and you fucked up. Goodbye.
Period. Okay, so the next one after that, you have to build coping skills, and you do that by reaching out to your friends, family, loved ones. Like, you have to have like a really good support system if you're going to survive a narcissist. Like, support systems are
Yes.
they're very important, and reach out to those people that you kind of stop talking to in the process of that relationship, because they're still going to be there for you. They're still going to love you.
Yes. And I want to like hone in on this because sometimes these relationships, I don't want to get serious, but sometimes these relationships can lead to abuse. It's not just mental abuse or emotional abuse. It can be physical abuse too. So, and you can be alienated from your family. Just remember that your family loves and cares about you. There's really nothing that you can do that would stop your family from loving you. Reach out to them and don't be like too afraid or anything. Like, don't think you burned a bridge with them. Like, reach out to people that love and care about you. They'll be more
Mhm.
receptive than you realize. And just admit, like, hey, I fucked up with this person. You know what I mean? Like, I fucked up with this person. This isn't what I want. Own
That's
it.
the hardest thing. That's the hardest thing, is admitting that, because I'm during the course of that relationship, you probably had friends and family telling you this is no good. This is no good.
Mm-hmm.
Like you need to drop this. Marissa says you need a tribe behind you. Absolutely. Absolutely. And if they're anything like our tribe, they are going to be right there. They are going to be right there at the drop
Mm-hmm.
of a dime. So, and the other, another big thing is to talk about it, vocalize it, and you have to kind of put yourself in the mindset that you are a victim. You were a victim of abuse, mentally, physically,
Mm-hmm.
emotionally, and whatever it was. I know it's hard talking
Mm-hmm.
about it. Believe me, I've been there. But eventually, when the time is right for you, after some counseling maybe or something, you'll be able to talk about it freely, and then you'll be able to educate other people around you. And once other people like start seeing that, hey, they went through this too, it's easier to build that community and find your support groups and stuff like that, because it's just enough not enough people talk about this. Not enough people
No.
comfortable enough to do it. They see like, shit, I was weak. It was, and that was me. I didn't talk about it for a really long time, the abuse that I went through and what happened to me, because I saw it like a weakness, and I didn't want people to think that I was that stupid, because that's literally what my person put in my head, is that people are
Mm-hmm.
going to think you're stupid. They're going to think you're dumb for,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? That's why I stayed so long, and everything. So you
Mm-hmm.
please know and realize that there's a very large community out there for you. That's
Mm-hmm.
another, like, a healthy way to get back into it, and
Mm-hmm.
to also date again. To date again. Miss Priscilla said, "Same, Vonnie." Oh, air hug to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is to get out there and date again, because and it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. The first relationships you go through after coming out of this, they're probably not going to work out. It's because you are going to be taking stuff out. There's going to be residual
Mm-hmm.
feelings and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. So you're not a failure. You're just, it's like, I guess, like riding a bike. You gotta, you know, you gotta do it.
Yeah, I think it's important when you start to come out of a relationship with a narcissist, date without expectations.
Yes.
Date without expectations. Go do things with people that are outside of your, friend zone, that are of the opposite sex. It's good to have that healthy connection with people. Date without expectations. If more comes, great, but date without expectations. So that's my opinion on that.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the other thing is don't be so hard on yourself about any kind of anything mentally that might come up, like anxiety or depression or anything else like that.
Mhm.
Get treated for it. If you
Mhm.
don't feel comfortable taking the medications for it, look for alternative means to treat
The
that, because
gym.
yeah, more
Come to the
often
gym.
more often than not, you are going to walk away from a narcissistic relationship with depression, with anxiety, severe anxiety. So you're
Mhm.
going to need to address those. And that's going to be a huge, healthy step that you're going to take to get past that
Mhm.
narcissistic
And
relationship.
yeah.
Sorry,
And
Mr.
that's
David, he's
normal.
asking what the
Oh.
topic is really quick. Mr. David, the topic is narcissism. Okay, go ahead, Marlene.
I think it's really normal, especially out of coming from a narcissistic relationship, to have those feelings. Your body chemically is literally still responding to all of the ups and downs of what that person was kind of putting you through and what you were allowing yourself to go through. It is important to look at two sides too. It's not only the narcissist and their behavior, it's also you and your behavior, and you looking at you changing your behavior. You can't change someone else. You can't change them. Narcissists most likely will not change for you. Don't spend your time fighting, trying to change someone. The only thing you can do is focus on yourself, self-love, realize what is it about me that allowed that and accepted that. And I need to change that, because that's not going to happen.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Miss Priscilla said debilitating anxiety, but things do get
Mm-hmm.
better. And if anything, it's empowering once you're out. And that is true, you guys.
Yes.
So that leads me into the next thing that you do to get yourself to a healthy a sense of being after going through this relationship is literally giving yourself self-love and self-care, paying attention to your stress levels, getting enough sleep. And I know it's going to be hard because there's going to be
Mm-hmm.
insomnia that comes along with all of that, but take the healthy measures to get enough sleep, eat healthier, like go through your glow up. This is going to be a glow up moment for you. Take time to do the things that you enjoy. Start remembering what you loved out of life, not what he would tell
Mm-hmm.
you or he would tell you. You know, do all that, reconnect with other people, get physical, start like what Marlene said, go to the gym. The gym is great for that, you guys. It's amazing. You can walk
Really.
to the gym feeling like shit, and I promise you afterwards you are going to feel like $1,000,000. And learn some coping skills. You know, you're going to need that therapy and everything. Try some practice mindfulness, yoga, meditating is like really great for that. Like I know it's hard sometimes to quiet your mind after this, but you can practice it enough and I promise you it's going to feel good. Miss Priscilla said it also makes you set the standard for what you're willing to tolerate, and that is also
Mm-hmm.
true.
I think, yeah.
She said great topic tonight, ladies. Oh, love you.
Mm. Yeah,
Yes,
thanks.
this is
I think it's
something that,
important. Oh,
go ahead.
oh, sorry. I think it's important too, just to kind of like touch base on what you were saying. Something simple that you can control after coming out of those relationships, keeping some kind of schedule for yourself, keeping some sort of schedule for yourself, and just kind of going to that routine, sticking to that routine. Also, a lot of the times when you feel out of control, I like to think about the things that we do have control over. Again, we don't have control over other people or circumstances or things happening to us. We do have control over, if we go and exercise, if we go and take a walk. We have control over if we, you know, what we eat. You have control over what you eat, what you drink. You have control over those things. Those are small things that you can control, that you should control. And those are little things that you can kind of focus on when you are all scrambled going through the mess aftermath of getting out of something and away from someone like that.
And taking control over those just small areas, they're gonna start to build up that confidence and that
Hmm.
self-worth
Hmm.
and that self-love. So take it step by step. It's
Yes.
not something that's gonna happen overnight, you guys. This could
Mm-mm.
take months, years.
Years. Hmm.
Yeah, just know that there is a large community there for you and
Yeah.
behind you all at the same time. Now, Miss
Hmm.
Smith
Hmm.
said, when you start finding yourself and your peace again, it's so
Hmm.
freeing in every aspect of your life. And it
It's
really is.
true.
It really is. And that is going to help you appreciate when that real love, that good, honest, like healthy love comes into your life, and it's going to be a shock to your system, and it's going to be a breath of fresh air, and it's going to be effortless. It's going to be just as easy as breathing. So
Hmm.
hang on, like hang in there, guys. Like it's
Hmm.
there, and we are always here to talk to you guys, me and Marlene. If you anyone out there ever needs,
So
if you
true.
feel anything, DM us, message us, text us, anything. Pull up, who knows where I
Hmm.
live? Pull up.
I'm at the
It
gym.
pull up to the gym. That's all you got to do. Pull
Pull
up to the
up.
gym.
I am free
Period.
therapy. I'm free counseling all day. So,
We are definitely here for you guys. But I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that tuned in and stayed for this episode. We
yeah.
appreciate it. All we want is like just to know that this is a community, guys, and we love you so much. And if that's not an avenue for you, like you want to handle this in private, or whether there are counseling services, there are support groups, talk to your doctor, talk to anyone that you feel comfortable with, your priest, your higher power, whatever it is,
Hmm.
just talk. Okay. But thank you so
Yeah.
much for tuning in. Miss Marlene, anything
Yeah.
else?
Yeah, I have one last thing to add, guys. Just love one another, love people. You don't have to be with someone that is causing you harm or any kind of, negativity in your life, but you can still love. And it's important to always respond with love and just be love and try to fight everything that's negative coming to you with love. And that's all I felt like saying.
Well, thank you for that, Miss Marlene. We will see you guys next week where we will be up to some debauchery, fuck-offery, and shenanigans next week. Bye, guys. We love y'all.
Hopefully we'll have